Welcome, welcome everybody to another episode of the Oklahoma Archery Podcast. Today we've got Eric Boozer here. He is our neighbor to the east out of Arkansas, and we wanted to tell y'all about a tournament that they are calling Little Reading. It's going to be happening next month. So, bro, I want to bring Eric on and tell you all about it. So, how you doing today, Eric?
Doing good, you?
Man, I'm staying busy, but it's just about too hot to do a whole lot outside. So, watching the deer cams and trying to get an indoor bow set up.
It's about too hot to be watching deer.
Yeah, I've had them on for a week and haven't seen nothing but two does and one fawn, and starting to get a little nervous. My bucks ain't showed up, and everybody I've talked to about it says, yeah, it's just too hot. They're not going to be moving, so don't panic just yet.
Yeah, that's how it is here. It's hot.
About 94, 95 degrees. Eric, introduce your archery range to everybody. I know a lot of the Oklahoma crowd got to go see it for the Arkansas ASA state championship here about a month or so ago. And it was a fantastic range. I mean, you had uphill, downhill, you had some flat stuff, you had some tree cover, you had some out in the open. We enjoyed it a whole lot, and y'all said that you're coming up with an orange dot shoot kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody you had it last year, right?
Yes, it was our first year last year, and we pushed around 90 shooters through it. We'll be giving away door prizes on it. I've already got some. We just got $250 added for. We're going to do a team shoot with it. Still going whatever scorecard you turn in will be added with your random pick team guy. Uh, I've got a bow I'm giving away. We'll be getting several prizes between now and then to give away, and then we'll be posting them on Facebook as we get them.
There you go. So, is your team shoot two random draws or a bow hunter and a target guy?
It's going to be a target guy and a bow hunter guy.
Okay. What's the buy-in on that? Extra $10, $20?
Going to do $20 buy-in with a 70-30 payout.
70-30 payout. Okay. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. So, anybody out there that has never shot an orange dot, can you kind of go through the scoring or how y'all do it?
Yeah, your scoring will be your 11, 10, 8, regular rating style shoot. The closer it is, the smaller the dot. The farther away it is, the bigger the dot will be. We're going to stretch out your target setups, 80, 90-yard max. And we added some classes for the little kids. We're going to have your bow hunter setup is going to be a 50-yard max. That's men and women. Different classes, but same state. We done a senior 55 plus. We added those in because some of those guys can't compete with the young guys. So we added those in. Those all shoot the same stake, but be more competitive with their ages.
I get you. Um, I looked at my bow the other day, my hunting bow that is, and my pins were just a little bit blurry. So I've got me a verifier ordered right now. I'm waiting on Lancaster to drop that off in my mailbox. So I'm not quite 55 yet, but I'm getting there a little bit more. My eyes are starting to tell on me. So, well, how did you guys come up with the orange dot? Did somebody go to Reading back in the day, or just saw something and you're like, we ought to have one?
Me and another guy that's really helped us a lot. He's our actual region director for ASA. Has helped us a lot, Dennis Sneed.
Okay.
We just got to think, just different things to do that, change it up. Give everybody something else to shoot. Just going and shooting a tournament, ASA or whatever. Give them something different. So that's what we started doing, and everybody loved it last year that we heard.
Y'all have a lot of up and down on that range. You could do some really cool stuff. Um, did you have a lot of the tournament guys show up with skinny arrows, or did you have a lot of them shoot line busters for it?
There was a mix of everything coming in. Man, it wasn't just your regular target arrow. They was all bringing whatever. Now the tournament guys, I mean, they bring whatever they want. They're an unrestricted class. Don't matter, verifiers, clarifiers, whatever they want to shoot. The bow hunter class, you cannot have magnifier, or your stabilizers can't be over 12 inches front or back. That's pretty much the only thing you can use. The adjustable sight, movable sight, whatever you want to use in it. Because a lot of people anymore, they hunt with a movable. I do.
Yeah.
I don't use
Say this is the first year I've had a slider on my hunting bow. It's a 4-pin with the bottom's a little smaller. I got 3 19s on top and a 010 on the bottom, just for it gets out 50, 60, 70 yards. Won't have to look through such a big diameter pin. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like a great, less classes. So I'm assuming it's a money payout, right? Yeah,
Yes.
pay out the winners based on how many are in the class.
Yes. It'll be. I know last year our bow hunter class, he was close to $400 is what he won.
There
That
you go.
I can't remember how many places we paid down to. It was several spots that we paid out.
You say top, 3 or top 5, or is it a percentage you figure out?
We'll do a percentage. The more we have, the more we'll pay out on it. So
There you go. Well, it's if y'all haven't been there from Oklahoma, it's I think from Oklahoma City it was about 6 hours. From the corner of northeast corner, it's probably only 3 or 4. So this is by far the closest orange dot shoot you're going to get to drive to, because everywhere else is way up in Indiana or Northern California. Or I know they do them all over, and we're trying to promote more and more of them. They do some of them down in Texas even now. So keep your eyes peeled. Texas is going to have some. But man, this is a fascinating kind of archery that people are getting into. It's not just redding, because that one's, you got to go all the way to California and they cap how many people it can, it basically sells out. Like
right.
they have to cap attendance at a certain point to get everybody through it in 3 days. Y'all's is a 1 day, and I'm looking here at the flyer. It's September 20th. Is that a one day shoot?
Yes. Unless we have to go over into Sunday, we will. Or we might back it up and start Friday evening, let so many shoot Friday, and finish it up Saturday. But I think we can push enough through it. We won't have to do that.
So the format right now is 30 targets.
30 targets right now, and there's a good possibility we'll go to 40.
Okay.
And there will be some
40
bonus.
in a day is not extreme, just because Reading does 30, 30, and 20. Wabash, Indiana does 40 on Saturday, 30 on Sunday. So I know for you 3D people that just shoot 20, freaking out that it's twice as many. And it's 2 arrows per target, correct?
Yes, it is 2 arrows per target.
There you go. Are y'all painting the targets, or are you using the stick-on dots?
I'll probably go with the stick on. We done painted on last year. You probably noticed some of our targets still got the red dot on them. We don't like painting on our target if we don't have to. So
I understand.
Deal.
Have you got the stick-on dots for it yet?
My wife will make them with her cricket and vinyl.
Oh, even better. So is it orange and with a yellow rim, or just straight orange?
It'll be just a straight orange.
Okay. And then what's your 11 in there?
We may just go with a 10, start with a 10. But last year we done just the dot was 11. Hit the dot. And we worked out on the ring. But sometimes the dot's bigger than the ring and you cannot count your 8.
Yeah, I've got you. So the ones that I'm familiar with are an orange center and a yellow outer. And I know those are for sale on the Bass and Bucks website. If that's anything y'all are interested in, I can send you that link. I think Reading is just the orange dot.
Right.
With the center in there. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I noticed on y'all's last year, they were, was it kind of a red or almost a maroon kind of color?
It depends on what targets you looked at, because we had to paint them on. They were orange, but on some targets they looked red.
Yeah, like the deer and stuff like that. I was
right.
like, yeah, it'd be kind of hard to put an orange dot on a reddish brown deer and have it stand out at all.
But we had all of our vinyl cut. All of our dots was cut last year, and they would not stick.
Yeah.
So we had to run through and paint actual dots on them. So this year we're going to go a different route with the vinyl. And we may do a smaller circle in the center as the 11 this year.
That's
Do
always a
a
good
center
option.
11 or something like that.
And then I think some of the OPAs had the uppers and lowers in them. Like that was
Right.
the old Levi Morgan that it became Bowfest later. I think they had a lower that was like at the corner of, not the corner, it was at the edge of the circle. So, man, there's all kind of possibilities, but it gives guys, because ASA kind of winds down, after the end of July, beginning of August. And it's like, well, don't put your bows up. Everybody got to get ready for October, go deer hunting. So, I
Hey,
mean,
out here, it's a good. I mean, it's a good practice.
oh yeah.
Unless all you do is shoot flatland, then you might be in trouble.
Oh yeah, it's y'all need to go see this course, because for the state championship 30 targets, it was uphill, downhill, cross hill, side hill. They had a little bit of everything. Y'all did a fantastic job hosting the Arkansas ASA State, and man, I about didn't survive it. Like it was it got a little hot, and I got a little low on blood sugar there, and it was getting a little hairy for a second.
Hey, it was hot that weekend. It was hot.
Y'all had that lemonade stand out there, and I think that was the only thing standing between me and trip to the hospital was, I got like 18 targets in, and we got to that open stretch where there just wasn't enough shade. And I think I was plenty hydrated, but I didn't have quite as much as I should have for breakfast. And I wasn't snacking. I didn't have any kind of fuel in me. And man, I got out there and just went down like a French boxer.
Well, I mean, one good thing about it, with it in the woods, it drops about 10 degrees. So
Yeah.
as soon as you hit them, you know it. And most of it is in the woods. Now, on the rating shoot, I think last year we was running close to a mile trail.
Yeah.
So over half of it will be in the field, but hopefully by then it's going to be cooling off some.
Yeah, it'd be late September by then. It ought to not be in the hundreds, or hopefully not in the
Right.
90s anymore. But
Right.
it
And we
it
will
was
have that same truck, the barbecue that had lemonade. They will be back for
there you go. So is this a tournament where you peer group them, or is this you're allowed to kind of shoot with your buddies kind of thing?
You can shoot with your buddies right now. If you can look on Facebook, I've already started filling in time slots. Now, last year we done every 20 minutes. This year we're going to go to every 15 because we are going to try to push a lot more than what we had last year. But it's pretty well whatever group you want to shoot with, you sign them up and you're in.
Okay. So it's a little bit of a trickle start then.
Right.
Okay. So starting at 8 a.m. and every 15 minutes you send off a group
Yes.
until 3 p.m.
Yep. Last one will be 3:15.
Okay. So that's and how long do you think it's going to take most of these guys to get through 30 targets?
Last year it took them about 3 hours, 3.5.
Okay.
Because you shoot at the same time. We know sometimes, depending on where you're at, on what target you're shooting, if you got 6 in a group, all 6 can't shoot at the same time. But you can do 3 and 3, and it moves pretty quick.
I'll say that was going to be my next question. Groups of 6 or less?
6 or less.
Okay.
And we even added in the little kids this year, and they'll be like a 30 or 40-yard target.
Max?
Max, yes.
There you go. So you said you had like 94, 96 last year?
We was right around 90. Right off the top of my head, I can't remember how many we had. We had a bunch of Olympic recurve shooters, regular recurves, which the Olympics was shooting a 90-yard state.
There you go. There you go.
Those college kids, so it makes a difference.
Yeah.
No, they're probably back too, but it's something to watch somebody with an Olympic recurve shoot 90 yards.
Man, oh yeah. No, they dial it in, get that windage down there. I don't know how they get clearance, but little bitty tiny arrows. Some of them will have to scoot their sight in to get that clearance on it. It's like they got it, dude. I mean, even the one I went to in Indiana, they would have people that had to run like a 2-fletch arrow to get Bigfoot at 101 yards. Instead of having 3, they just run one that was one on each side. Shoot their 2 arrows at 101 yards, and go right back to move their sight back out and grab their regular arrows. So,
Right. Well, we had Bigfoot out here last year for this shoot. We had him as a mystery shot though, and I had him set at 97 yards.
okay.
They could hit it, but the way I done it is I put a piece of tape on it. You didn't know what you was shooting. Every time we would go down to pull an arrow or look, we'd move the tape so they couldn't come tell their buddy right where the tape was. It was just a fun shoot for them.
There you go. Well, I'm 100% for getting more of the orange dot stuff going because you try to get the guys to come shoot a field round or a 900 round or there's a lot of archery that happens that's not just 3D.
Right. Well, I mean, we're trying to get more out, not just your competition shooters. I mean, your regular bow hunters. Get them involved in it, but that's what we're really trying to do the most is get more people involved.
Trying to bridge the gap between the guys that'll only go shoot a tack event and they won't come shoot for score ever, or
Right.
it's not the cool thing to do for them. I'm like, man, everybody's the champion of their own backyard. I want to know who's the best today.
Yeah.
So, well,
around our area though, it's like it's dying. Your archery's dying out. You don't have near the bow hunters we used to have. And we ain't got near the ranges we used to have around here.
It takes a lot to put one on, and it takes a lot to keep a range going. So, always try to do everything you can to support and promote them. Because once they're gone, once these guys that are doing the work have had their fill, we're all going to be without somewhere to go shoot. So stuff like this is definitely something you want to, encourage them to go hit. So you mentioned a bow giveaway. Tell everybody what some of your door prizes and raffle prizes are so far.
Right now, we've got the bow. It's a bow tag. I've got the $250 I'm throwing in for the team shoot. I'm working right now with Bad Boy Mowers, which they're right here in Batesville, which ain't 20 minutes from us. We're working on a deal with them. I've got Full Draw Archery. He's donating custom, I believe he said a dozen custom arrows built. We'll have gas bowstrings, bowfinger. We'll have a little bit of everything. Lancaster Archery will give us probably some stuff.
I say Lancaster's pretty good about, there's a tab on there that you can go say sponsor my event, and you just tell them what it is, what the date is, when you got to have it, and how many people you're expecting, and they'll 100% send you some gift cards. So they're just good, just overall great folks that are trying to promote the people that are doing outside the box stuff, because we don't have many orange dots. I don't think Oklahoma's ever had one that I've heard of, but we're going to change that in a couple of years. But Texas and Arkansas right now are the closest two states that you can go to see anything like this. So definitely want to see folks be able to take advantage of it.
Well, we're hoping it grows. I mean, if we can get 40, we'll go more next year if we can get them. So.
Yeah. Well, I know we've got potential to grow, because Bruce over at the NFAA, we're looking for a third to make a triple crown. If it could get to 70 targets, to be like Redding and Wabash, and try to get some of the East Coast people to come over and try to get some of the West Coast people to come over. And I don't know what the parking capacity would be for y'all, but you have enough space there. It seems like you could have several hundred people show up to an event and not be crowded.
That field we're setting in, which all I set in that field is parking and practice bags. But you could park several vehicles in there. It's around 3 acres.
Yeah, y'all had a great practice range there. I mean, parking just kind of cycled in and had the bags all spaced out, and nobody was crowded, because before a big state championship, everybody's kind of the guys that haven't shot a practice arrow all year like me are like, well, better check to make sure the bow's dialed in. It was a 7-hour drive over here.
All right.
So what are the closest towns to you? If somebody was going to come out there, Where are y'all located? And then what are the closest towns if they were going to come out and get a hotel Friday night?
The closest would be Newport or Batesville. We're pretty much dead center of both of them. Batesville be to our west, Newport to our east. They both have, well, Batesville's got more hotels. Newport's got one good one that's 4 or 5 year old. I think some guy stayed there for the state shoot. And then there's several Airbnbs around here. If they want to look into it, I know some guys has done got on a few of them taken in a book. That's from down south Arkansas. But your closest would be Batesville or Newport.
So do you have so I know you said last year was the first year.
Mm-hmm.
You have a so that is it going to be pretty much the same ish course, or is it going to be new? And the reason I'm asking that is, do you remember what the high score was? So do you have like a number of possible? I'd have to do the math on 30 times 22.
Right off, I couldn't tell you what the highest score was. We could go back. We probably still got all of it. Or I could
30
go back
times
on
22.
Facebook.
So it's a 660 possible.
Right. And
If there's,
I don't know what the highest was.
we'll have to go back and look at it, see if we can post it down below for like the freestyle guys or the bow hunter class, just to give them something to shoot for, you know?
Right. Yeah, we'll get that posted. I'll send it to you.
I think that was one of the coolest things at that Indiana Wabash trail shoot we went to. Levi Rietzma cleaned it both days. And there's another young lady, her name was Claire something. I know she cleaned it day one. I don't know if she cleaned it day two, but seeing him not drop a single point out of that whole thing was just absolute insanity. Because I think I was 3 targets in and down like 9 points or something like that. So it's one of those tournaments that's like, man, you go out there and see some big numbers put up, and you definitely want to give those people a tip of the cap.
Right. I'll look it up. If my wife was here, she could look it up for me, but because we'll have it on Facebook. You might be able to go back and look from September and see what it was. But right off, heck, we've had so much going, I couldn't remember it.
And it might, granted that there might be a little bit difference in targets and distances and stuff like that. I know a few of the orange dot shoots will try to standardize every year. You know, it's going to be the canyon elk at 88 yards or Bigfoot at 101 yards. So I think they do that just so year after year it's the same course. I know that's a lot. That's kind of hard to do when, you know, some targets are good, some are bad. You know, you might have to trim a new lane here or there, but early on, until it goes to 40 targets, we're still going to have the same high score mark from last year. So, you know, hope the guy that won comes back and tries to beat it, and hope that we put that out there for everybody else to be like, yeah, 660 is possible, but, you know, 632 is what took it last year. So, you know, maybe do I don't know, like the Shot 3DX guys did these big chains with the big medallion in there that whoever was high score got that for like the entire weekend. They got to take that home. And it's like, well, you know, passing that on to the next guy because he's the new record holder at 641 or something like that.
Well, I got them right here. Last year, men's bow hunter was Justin Ramsdale at 603.
Okay.
That was your bow hunter setup. Your target setup was Hunter Smith with a 624.
Oh, man, them's rookie numbers, Hunter. Come on.
And then your Olympic recurve was Preston Linville with a 528. And your regular men's recurve was a 497.
That's pretty good. And what are the recurve shooters shooting out to distance wise? I know the Olympic was 90.
The regular men's was shooting the same 50-yard stake.
Okay. Fantastic. That's a poke with a stick and string.
Right. Well, we paid out, looks like 5 places last year for bow hunter and for the target setup. And I know Hunter was right close to $400 is what he had won on it.
I'm sure he donated it to a charitable cause.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Hey, I can't say enough good about that guy.
That's for everybody that doesn't know. That's Hunter Smith, your Arkansas ASA state director. He's a Hunter's fun. If you haven't got to hang out with Hunter yet, you are missing out because he's a hoot, man.
Oh yeah.
He's one of those guys that you don't even have to know him that well, but he'll ha ha and cut up with you like he's known you for 15 years.
The state shoot was pretty much the first time I've got to just sit and hang out with him, but he stayed in the building with us the whole time. He didn't want to bear the heat.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, being in the pro class, you only get to shoot a fun round at the state level, and the heat from that weekend was enough that I'm probably going to go pro myself just for that reason. Not because I'm good enough or I deserve to be there, but just so I can go cut up with Hunter on the pro range and sit in the building during state, not have to be out there, And it is what it is. We could have them in any month we wanted to, but we all settle on July, and it is what it is. You just gotta stay hydrated and get you a cooling towel and bring you an umbrella. And if there's no shade, make your own shade. So, but yeah, dude, anything Orange Dot coming up, I highly recommend people take advantage of it because we're all setting up a skinny arrow bow that time of year because our state 900 round is mid to early September, somewhere in there. So it's something that I tear a whole bow apart before indoor season and put some skinny arrows on it that I don't use for anything else. And it's the same time that you've got up in Yankton, you've got the First Dakota Classic and National Outdoor Target. So everything skinny arrow kind of happens in August, September area. So this would be a good one. I know Reading is back in the spring, summer, and same thing for the other Orange Dot, but that's a stretch for me to get my skinny arrow bow set up, put together, because it's right in the middle of 3D season. Like, it doesn't make sense. Y'all being at the end of September, it's out of the way of 3D season. I'm already setting my skinny arrow bow up, and then I'm ready to put it all away and grab the hunting bow. So it's kind of that perfect time of the year where it's not as hot. You're not missing out on a whole bunch of ASA where you'd shoot, 23s, 25, 27s even. It's the little perfect part of the year carved out for skinny arrow events.
Right. Well, we even want to get the women involved in shooting a red dot. This year we've added the classes for them. We had them last year. We didn't have many turn up for the women. We've added the little kids this year. So it's just try to have more fun with them.
Yeah.
Bring more people and get them involved.
And you always hope that, like, my thing with archery is try to take somebody to a new kind of event. Like, we were shooting on the field round, or field range rather, at Trosper, and my buddy he's just a shooter. He's not a tournament guy per se. We're walking through the field course, and you've got the walk-up shot, you've got the fan, you've got different distances. We were like halfway through this round, and he goes, "I'm convinced that y'all are just making this up as we go." It's like, no, man, there's a rhyme and a reason to it. You got to shoot from that can and then move over and one arrow from each. So, it's kind of our obligation in a dying sport to, show everybody as many styles of archery as you can. They're going to like one. Like me, I shoot more indoor than anything. I hate it more than anything. I'm bad at it. It's boring, but you get to see everybody. Whereas out on the trail, they might be 4 or 5 lanes away and you don't get to see. There's pros and cons to everything.
Oh yeah.
Definitely say take advantage of this one if it's something that you got buddies that you're traveling with and you haven't got to shoot with them all year. They might shoot a different class. This one would be pretty easy because you're all grouped up on the same stake. Definitely want to take advantage of that. Do you put like a group buster with them if it's 5 buddies and you need a 6 just to make sure that there's no pencil whipping in there?
Not usually. Everybody we've pretty well met are pretty honest. But running every 15 minutes the way we're going to do, you're going to have a group sitting waiting to shoot, and one of them guys can come do it for you if it needs to be. But most of them's been pretty honest from what I've seen.
There you go. Haven't had a bunch of cheating Oklahoma people come across the border?
I haven't yet. But hey, come on, bring them all.
Did you have any last year? Did you have any at the end of the day ties that you had to have a shoot off for, or is that something y'all are set up for at all?
We did not have any ties on that. No. Now, I mean, our normal tournaments, we usually have shoot downs on it, just like they do in the ASA. But on that shoot, no, the score's pretty well told to tell on all of it.
Okay. Is it something that you're open to if two guys come off the range and they both have a 624? Are you going to do a one arrow closest to center?
We'll probably do a one arrow closest to center, or we'll start, with 11s and count them. We'll do however they want to do, whatever they feel better with. But if one's got more 11s, then we'll consider him the winner.
There you go. That works. Always curious as to what the tiebreakers are.
Oh, we usually, even on our just normal tournaments, it's however the guys want to do it. If they want to settle it, or if they want to both just split the money, they both split it. We've had that a few times. Depends on how hot it is and how much they feel like shooting.
Well, you might have one of them start at 8 a.m. and one starts at 3. It's going to be a long day waiting around.
Right. Now, that is something we do. I don't think it's right. Just come in and buy a ticket and you win something. So what I've done now, we done it last year. Everybody that signs in to shoot, as soon as they get their scorecard, we'll give them a ticket. So every door prize, the bow, any door prizes we have, you'll be drawn for the prizes. So it can be anybody's. That's little kids all the way up.
There you go.
Make it fair for everybody.
I like it.
The only thing we do is, the money payback is is for the winners.
There you go. I had when we started giving them raffle tickets for turning a scorecard in, the reason was a lot of times guys will sign up and they'll have a bad day. And then when you're posting scores at the end, you're missing like 2 or 3 scorecards. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't find it. Where'd it go? What happened? So they only get the raffle ticket if they turn the card in. So right. I'm not looking for like the 3 missing ones where it's like, old Bubba Joe had a rough day and he just threw his card in the trash and drove off. It's like, well, that's okay. Just tell us about it so we're not looking for it.
Right.
But well, I know we're about half an hour into this, but Dave's not with us tonight. He heard it was an outdoor shoot and there might be, more than 20 yards. So he had to bow out of this episode. But tell us about your setup. What kind of bow do you shoot?
I shoot a Matthews Phase 4. I've got, it's the 33, got an HHA Tetra, double stack. And it's set up strictly hunt. That's all I pretty much hunt with. It's a bow anymore. When I take the kids, I'll take a gun. But it's usually them shooting, not me. But I never had time to do any tournament shooting. I probably couldn't hang with you guys. But I enjoy watching you. And I just shoot the old cheap Red Max Merrill with a dead meat on them.
What's the difference in the dead meat and the mega meat?
No, the mega meat's what I'm shooting. The dead meat's the smaller one. Is it an inch and a half? I think the mega's a 2-inch.
Yep. That's the same thing I'm shooting. Do you leave your broadheads on year round, or do you get to break out the field points every once in a while?
Well, I have to break the field points out, but usually it's just messing around, make sure it's still on. But I was shooting it the other day. Most I can get out of it with a double pin was 142 yards.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's max. But that's not grouping. That's just hitting the target.
There you go. Well, yeah. I mean, when I was getting ready for that orange dot shoot, 101 yards, it's only 2 arrows. I was doing most of my work between 50 and 80 because that's where I could group at. 101, it's just high, low, left, right. Doesn't matter because the group's the size of the target. You can shoot all day at 101 yards and it's fun, but you're not getting told anything about what that bow's doing or what that arrow's doing because it's just kind of spray and pray.
Around here, hunting most of the time around 30 yards is about all you're going to shoot anyhow. But we break them out just to see what they'll do at that.
Well, what are you doing right now to get ready for hunting season? Is it sit and wait and try to beat the heat, or
I'll go when I feel like it's too hot to even think about going right now.
man, we were out there brushing in tripods and moving ladder stands and hanging cameras, and I think I was out there about 3 or 4 hours at the most, just miserable, absolutely miserable. Came home, stuck an ice pack on the top of my head, had an instant migraine, and usually it's heat exhaustion this time of year. But man, it's a lot of work in the heat to try to get ready for October.
Oh, yeah. I've not even put stands up. I hadn't even thought about it. Once it starts cooling off, then I'll get in the groove, want to go do something. But
What's your deer season usually look like? Are you a beginning of October, I'm going at it, or you kind of wait for better weather, better wind? Like what's your deer hunting strategy?
I really don't have one anymore. The boys, they hunt more than I do. I really don't have much time anymore, but it's more for them anymore. I mean, I'll go, but don't enjoy it like I did. It seems like it's just too hot all the time.
Oh yeah. I killed my biggest buck on October 3rd last year, and one of my buddies texted me, he goes, "It's 94 degrees outside, you idiot. What are you doing out there?" And I'm like,
Right.
dude, they're coming into the corn at 6:43 every single night, and they're not chasing does yet, so I know they're going to be here, and I don't, I got to go when I have the opportunity to, and killed my biggest buck yet, 92 degrees at 6:33 in the evening. So yeah, it was miserable. I guarantee you, everybody worries about the cold in the wintertime. It's like, dude, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd's the last 3 bucks I killed. So
Right.
getting absolutely destroyed by mosquitoes and sunburn and everything, everything else. Like,
That's
yeah,
how it is here. But
tell you what. So what's the I know the goals to get this event, bigger. What's the next step up? Is it breaking it up into, 50 targets over 2 days? Is that something you'd want to see, or you happy keeping it at one for a little while?
oh, I'm happy with going with 50 and doing 2 days. Do 25 and 25. I mean, I'd like to see as many people as we can get in it.
Yeah. I I know it's hard to grow them just because we've looked at the Indiana, like Redding's capped, it sells out every year usually. The Indiana one will have, hundreds of people show up, but there's just not as much in the surrounding towns. Like they've got RV hookups and everything there. We're just trying to figure out how to dial in, the perfect recipe for each one of these ranges, because
Right.
it's obviously six in a group times 70 targets is 420 people,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to shoot 30 in a day. You're going to shoot 25 a day. So how many can we space out? How many can the range hold? What's that perfect level of growth? But like 800 people, like that's a ton of people. It's going to make it a 3-day event, and I don't
Right.
know if we all have 3 days to be out there on the side of the mountain.
And we've got just actual range that we can set. It's going to be around 40 acres that we can set up on. That's not counting our parking. That's actual range. So, I mean, we could set it, we could do 40 pretty easy, I believe, and still be stretching them out our 90. And this year, I'm thinking of busting one off about 100, 101, 2 as a bonus target. But it can be done. It's just
Yeah.
going to be, getting enough people to make it worth doing.
Yeah, that's hard, and spacing them out was kind of an issue for some of us at the Indiana one. It's a lot. I mean, you might have 80 yards between every lane, and it's very much like safety compliance. But I had a group, two of them in our group that were in the 70 and up class, and it was and I'm not in any kind of shape to be on the side of a mountain either myself. I might be young, but that doesn't mean I'm, very physically active. So you definitely have some pros and cons on, can we fit 40 lanes? Yeah, we could put a lane in between each one of them and do 80, but they're going to be
Right.
stacked in pretty close. Like, we didn't have to ever wait on anybody left or right up in Indiana because they were 85 yards away from every single lane. I think we put like 6 or 7 miles on to shoot 70 targets.
Right.
Oh, oh yeah. You should have seen me afterwards. I was
Well,
cooked.
when I do cut the lanes, and I'll probably go off the lane that I cut last year, because our shoot's not our normal tournament. You go in a total different way, and you come out the way you actually would go in. But you'll
Okay.
zigzag back and forth up the hill. So we try to make it to where it's not as hard of a walk.
Yeah.
Because some of the older guys can't do it, especially on some of the hills. You can't just walk straight up them.
I remember at state tournament, it came the day before, it came raining on us hard. And I asked Hunter, I said, does a guy need mud boots to be out there tomorrow? He goes, no, rock climbing boots. There's no chance for mud. And it's a good hill, dude. It drained fast. There was not a puddle or a single slick spot anywhere to be found.
Right. Well, now, like our flat spots down in between the hills on the valleys, we actually graveled all that.
Yep.
So our trail is pretty well all graveled all the way around.
Yeah, it was
Some
pretty
of the
easy
woods
to
we gravel.
it was pretty easy to get around for even through the elevation. Like, there wasn't anything that on, you had the ups and downs, but it was a very well manicured walking trail. So
Right.
pretty easy going stuff.
That the September shoot's going to be a little bit rougher, walking wise, but it's not that bad. I mean, we're not going to put you off climbing a thing 60-degree hill.
Yeah.
You'll zigzag up, and we'll make it as easy as we can make it. On
If you
walking wise.
if you did have it, that kind of terrain, I guarantee you would have 800 guys thinking it was a tack shoot show up. Like, if you made it miserable to walk where you're going to blow out an ACL, roll an ankle, or drop your bow and ruin a cam or a limb, I guarantee you would go from 90 to 990 overnight. Like, if you put, and I don't know what it is, the appeal to something like that, where it's a very difficult to walk course and you're not scoring anything and it's just a fun shoot and it costs 3 times as much. Because, I
Right.
mean, what's yours, like a $40? I think I'm looking at the post, $40 buy-in.
$40 and extra 20 if you want to do team shoot.
There you go. If it was $180 and you didn't keep score and it was a tack event, those guys pull 1 to 2,000 all over the country all the time. So big shout out to all the bow hunters that'll come actually shoot a tournament. I wish we could get more of them. I
Right.
don't. I don't know if it's that, that they're sick of hearing my bad jokes, or they really just don't want to shoot. Do you let them shoot fun rounds if you want? Is that allowed?
Oh, yeah. If they just want to come shoot, yeah, they can come shoot.
Okay. See, there you go, everybody. You can come out and not shoot for score. That's
Right.
what I feel like that's what they want to hear. But I want to, I encourage them to step outside their comfort zone and, test yourself. Who cares if you come in last? You made it off the mountain.
Well, maybe we need to take tack and rating and combine them, shoot dot, but do tack too.
Yeah.
Make it as hard as we can on them. Because I got
Well, yeah. So
it's almost
here's
90 degrees.
here's how you do it. You let them shoot a fun round, but you put you a couple of 50-pound bags of sand in between every lane. And for every target you don't score on, you got to pick the bag of sand up and run between it and do your 20 push-ups. And there's your tack shoot. And then you go shoot your 2 arrows, not for score, bank them off the tree and bank one off the rocks. And don't spend any time looking for them. Just come back down to the vendor village and buy 2 dozen more arrows, and then go shoot them not for score and carry that sandbag up and down the hill. And, for everybody else, I like knowing if I suck at archery.
Right.
If I'm coming in next to last place, I want to know it's because, I didn't prepare or my bow wasn't tuned or, I wasn't hydrated or wasn't ready to go that day. Or maybe I'm just not that good, but at least I know.
Right.
It's not a get up there practicing for elk hunting and you miss one at 60 yards. Oh man, why'd I miss that elk? Well, you've never shot under pressure.
Uh-huh.
You have no idea if, because you might get grouped up with somebody that you never know. And, sometimes you're a better archer than them and you kind of tell them, hey, maybe try to do this or maybe work your release like that, or let's play with your stabilizers a little bit. Or maybe you're the guy that sucks and don't know anything and you get paired up with, Hunter Smith. And he's like, well, here's how I run my bow, and here's how my sight's set up, and it works pretty all right for me. You might learn something,
Right.
but if you're not keeping score, how you gonna measure yourself?
Right. Well, that is something else too. We do when we started doing it on all of our targets. Is I put backstops behind every one of our targets. We have 40 targets. We're gonna have backstop behind every one of them.
Yep,
So
that was what was that stuff called?
it's actually cool cells off a cooling system out of a chicken house.
It worked out fantastic.
They work good. Which we got stacks of them.
That is, I mean, I didn't blank any targets, thank goodness. But if I would have, it would have taken the sting out of looking for an arrow because they're not going to hurt an arrow. They're not going to run through it. It's going to stop it just enough that you're not having to pick through the ticks and the copperheads looking for a, one off in the woods on the side of the mountain.
Right. Well, when we started this year, we brought in the kids that shoot nast in school. We started running them through the course, and that's the real reason why I put them all in there. It's because you take a little kid shooting, and he's not used to nothing but indoor. He's going to lose arrows. So that did help them a lot.
There you are. Sorry, I cut out for a second. You say you got some NASP kids that you ran through?
Yeah, we set up an actual. That's all we do on that day is just the NASP kids. And
That's awesome.
we started turning just like they do for the school, but they go outdoor and they shoot a regular tournament, one arrow per target.
There you go. Okay.
That way,
Well, like a half a round, but the full experience.
Right. They shoot all 20 targets, and it's with a Genesis identical. I mean, everything's NASP, but we took it outdoor on our trails. That's the reason we put the backstops in, and they work great for them.
They work for the ASA guys that have never had to deal with a uphill downhill shot quite like that.
Right. And we
Man.
had some targets last year that some of the guys was almost about to have to take their stabilizers off to even shoot the target because he was so close.
Yeah, had two of them at the state championship. Had like a 4 and a 8 yarder, something like that.
All right. Oh, we had some last year for the rating shoot that was a lot closer than that.
So hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Everybody, do your homework on your super close stuff. 3 yards out to 101. You better be ready for it.
Right.
Man, it is soul crushing to miss that 3 or 4 yarder. Like, it's coming, it's right there. All you got to do is rear back and hit it, and there it went, dropping
right.
good points.
One of them we had for state, I think he was around 4 yards, but then he was down inside of a creek too.
Oh yeah, I hit him. It wasn't pretty. It was a saw a ring, hammered that trigger, and said that's got to be there. If not, I mean, I think that was a good arrow call. I mean, it was right in the top of a hole where it's like 50-50 ball, could be in, could be out. Couldn't take it away, but man, it's pretty far out there. Oh yeah, that was on the safe side, But man, that's part of it. Is there anything like pre-registration or a Facebook page that's out there now that we can link in the bottom, or how do they get in contact with you if they're looking at coming in September?
They can go to on Facebook to Highline Archery Club. We've got a page there. You can see everything we've got, our schedules. That'll have my contact info. Or if you want to put my number up, my cell number. You can put it. They can message me, tell me what time they want, and I'm updating that every time somebody says they're going to be here. They'll tell me their time, and I'll put it in. So it's updated every time I get somebody new added to it. But all that is on Facebook.
Perfect. Well, I will get that linked down below. So it's for everybody that hasn't said, it is a Reading style shoot, September 20th, 30 targets for $40, 2 arrows per target, 8 a.m. start time in 15-minute intervals. Last group slot is 3:15. And give everybody that's listening out there, you want to put your cell phone out there or no?
We can.
It's 870-613-4566. Eric Boozer. Well, man, is there anything we didn't cover yet?
I think you pretty well covered it all.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's just a hop, skip, and a step from Oklahoma. About six hours from Oklahoma City, right in the middle of it. So for everybody keeping score out there, your Wabash is the second closest one. Anything like this tournament wise, and it's like 10 and a half, 11 hours. So this is half the distance. Pro side for me, it's also half the targets. So we're gonna turn a long miserable weekend into a quick 30 targets, and hopefully put a good score up.
If we do go to a 2-day, we could set it if you wanted to shoot both classes, one on one day and one on the next.
So bring a target bow and a hunting bow kind of situation.
If we have enough to make it right for that next day.
Would you consider letting them shoot all 30 in one day, or would that you let them break it up into 15 and 15 if it grew to a 2-day shoot? Like, say it was really hot and they didn't want to be out there for all of it. Would you let them do half and half?
We could do that.
Just a thought.
Right.
Because if it goes to 40, then it goes to 50, you're at 20 a day or 25 a day.
Well, I should know within the next week if I'm going to be able to push the 40. I think I'll be able to, but I'm not real positive on it yet. I know 30 is not going to be a problem, but yeah, I think we could do something like that, 15 and 15.
Yeah, it just, thought for the old guys and the out of shape guys, and nothing. People, archery's a sport for unathletic folks.
Well, we was talking maybe putting some of them like on our normal course, but stretching them on out, and do a 20 and a 20. You shoot 20, take a break, and then shoot the next 20.
Yeah.
But what I may do for this year is if we're going to only have 30s, I'm going to run out 15 targets. Between 15 and 16, I'll have a canopy or a tent, something set up to where they can get drinks, snacks, whatever they want. Take them a good long break and then take off again.
Yeah. Get fueled up, get hydrated, get out of the, you don't know what the weather's going to be out there in a month and a half yet. So
right.
hopefully it's cooling off just a little bit, but September could be 98 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Especially in Arkansas.
Man.
Could be snowing a foot deep too.
Well, it's a great range. I encourage everybody out there to come experience it. Doesn't matter if it's 3D or orange dot or anything they've got going on. Y'all take advantage of this one. Eric, I appreciate you sitting down with us. Thank you for letting me twist your arm into it. I know I heard about this during the state championship, and I was like, man, we gotta blow this up as big as we can. So thank you for playing along, and appreciate all the hard work you do out there. I know it kind of comes at the detriment of you being able to shoot your bow, but it doesn't go on deaf ears, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for doing it.
Not a problem, man. Anybody out there, we're going to put their Facebook group down in the comments, and we'll let you get in contact with Eric, and we'll see y'all out there on the trail.